How do you handicap this series that starts on Sunday with Leonard expected to be ready for San Antonio, Kevin?
And that's the linchpin, Rich. I mean, he's got to play, and I don't know if they'll try to exploit that ankle and put him in situations where he's been, uncomfortable, which is what Golden State, all good teams do that. But I think that the Spurs will rely on they'll stick with their efficient, precise type of defense and offense, which has gotten to this point. I think it's a proven commodity, and even on the regular season, I think they beat them 2 out of 3 times. That's washed away in the postseason. You wouldn't even consider that. And we've got, again, stylistically kind of different teams, much like the Rockets and the Spurs were. Stylistically, they're different. But at the end of the day, as we know in the playoffs, things do slow down. It becomes more half court. And that gives, I think, San Antonio very much of a fighting chance. And there have been times, sprinkled throughout this season for Golden State, as great as they are, as historically relevant as they are, that they've had, in late-game clutch situations, there has been a moment of pause. Who's going to take the shot? Where are they going to be? How is it going to be handled? I don't know if that has all been ironed out, but there have been a few moments this season when they have stuttered a little bit. They've hit a speed bump, and I think that adds a little intrigue to this series. And the coaching for both sides will be magnificent. There's no doubt they'll be well prepared. This will be a series to watch, and I think really pay note. I think the people that watch this game so closely, and there's so many great reporters and guys that write for different publications and write on the internet, they pick this thing apart, and they're going to find such relevant stories along the way it'll paint this great picture of this series. This is must-watch TV. This series will be must-watch TV, and I don't know if I could pick a winner because I do think each team presents a very different feel, and it'll be interesting to see what will prevail at the end.
The minute I have left, what are you hearing about Steve Kerr? Do you think we'll see him in this series, Kevin?
I hope so, but Mike Brown is obvious, and that staff with Ron Adams, I mean, they're as good as the San Antonio staff is, but an interim coach is never the main voice like Kerr's is. And when they do have those moments, which will intersect with a big part of the series or a game or whatever, it'll be Mike Brown's voice and not Steve Kerr's voice. As most people know, Kerr's had the spinal fluid leakage. I think he just had some recent surgery at Duke. This is one of the bright people in all of sports, is Steve Kerr, as we know. And I just think that sometimes the higher the stakes, the bigger the platform and stage, the brighter that light. These players at this time of year, coaches have told me want coaching and guidance and leadership more than at any other time of the season. It all comes to a head right now. As great as the greats are, they want leadership. They want to follow. They need coaching, and that voice will not be there. That is another interesting facet of this series.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.
If you liked some of that, get some more of that on the Rich Eisen Show app. Follow all the information you see right here on the Rich Eisen Show.